morning. Please take any available seat that's open. And thanks everyone so much for being here. We are so excited to celebrate this moment with everyone. And I'm Robin Bloom with the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you. And 2 years ago, we came before you to announce the production of the Michelin Green Guide, which we were the 8th U.S. destination to be featured in this tourism destination guide. And it enabled us to really showcase all the tourism assets of Philadelphia, including our fabulous restaurant and food scene as well. And through that relationship that we built with Michelin, we were so excited that we could showcase all that we have to offer and be able to hasten this moment where we can welcome the Michelin Guide here to consider and evaluate our restaurants to be included in the prestigious Global Dining Guidebook. And so we all know how wonderful our restaurant scene is, and we know how it has evolved over time with all the innovation and talent. And so we know it's worthy of celebration, but now the world will know that it is worthy of the world's attention. And so we work for the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau because we love the city, we care so much about it, and we want it to succeed. And we look for ways to set ourselves apart from all the other destinations that we compete with and to really entice travelers, visitors, and convention customers and planners to come here to book their events. So this partnership with Michelin really enhances our ability to put Philadelphia on the global stage. And so for that, you know, we're super excited to welcome Michelin here to Philadelphia. And so today you will hear from Gwendolyn Pulinek, who is the International Director of the Michelin Guides. We also have Governor Shapiro here with us. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Mayor Cheryl Parker, who is tireless advocate for our city, whose work on behalf, your whole career, right, has been the commercial corridors, everything that you've done to help just pave the way, you know, for us to be here. And so we're so excited that you're here to share it with us. And of course, Greg Caron, our president and CEO of the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau, without whom this would not be happening. And just wanted to let everyone know that Gwendolyn will be on a FAM tour, a familiarization tour. Right after this, he'll explore the collection here at the Barnes and get to see another Philadelphia story, right, of Dr. Barnes and the incredible collection. You're in for a treat. Also going to explore Old City, our history. We have unmatched history, unmatched art and public art, and unmatched, we believe, culinary landscape. So anyway, thank you for choosing Philadelphia. Thank you for being here. And right now, I just want to introduce our president and CEO, Greg Caron.
Good job. Thank you, Robin. And a big hand for Robin, who's really run point both in our Michelin Green Guide 2 or 3 years ago and the Michelin Red Guide today. So when I go off script, I get in trouble. So I'm going to stay on script for the most part. First, good morning, and thank you all for being here today. Personal thanks to the governor and the mayor for being here and for all that you do and your recognition of our industry and how important it is to the people of Philadelphia, the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and what it means to our economy. And for us in Philly, the 80,000 people that work in our space, it's not lost on us how much support we get from your two administrations, and I'll speak to that again in a couple of minutes. As the city's official tourism agency, our mission is to promote Philadelphia globally for leisure travel, meetings, conventions, and big events. We execute international advertising campaigns, engage media and travel trade from around the globe to promote travel to our great city and Commonwealth. We continue to attract and secure conventions and major sporting events like the World Cup, working with local stakeholders and government officials to prepare bids, provide hosting services, and maximize economic impact on our city and region. We rely on our strategic partnerships with hotels, airlines, sports and cultural institutions, traveling around the world together to showcase our city and entice future visitation. Given our mission, it made perfect sense to say yes when we were approached by Michelin to partner on a guide that would showcase our restaurants and chefs, many of whom are represented here today. How many foodies in the room right now? Raise your hand. Truly the hardest working people in any profession. The Convention and Visitors Bureau is proud to be the official destination partner for Michelin in Philadelphia. Elevating our culinary scene through this partnership is a natural extension of the work that we do every day. Through this partnership, we will continue to build momentum and seize the opportunities leading into 2026, when Philadelphia will be the epicenter of American history and international sports at the same time. More importantly, it's our goal to make sure that that momentum doesn't just take us through 2026, but sets the standard for 2027 and beyond for our city and our state. Michelin is more than just a guidebook. It is one of the most revered culinary authorities in the world, and we're proud to have you as a partner. To be included in the Michelin Guide is to be placed on the world map for dining destinations. It also reflects something much larger. Food is driving travel more than ever before. People are now booking flights, not just to see sights, but to savor the flavors. And now Philadelphia will be a key stop in culinary travel planning. The Michelin Guide will be a powerful asset as we tell our story around the globe. It enhances our brand and amplifies our efforts to attract visitors and big events. And just as importantly, it gives our residents and stakeholders one more thing to be proud of: the people, the creativity, and the culinary world that is Philadelphia's food scene. We're proud to bring Michelin to Philadelphia and thankful that Gwendol and the Michelin team are here with us today. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. But we're even prouder of our culinary excellence and what it means for our future. Thank you, and here's to the next chapter in our city's culinary journey. And before I make my first introduction, I go off script at least once. Sitting in front of me are two people that I have huge respect for. And to me, they always say it's what people say about you when you're not in the room. And I'm going to say the two things that I say when you're not in the room, while you're in the room, and on public record. One is what I started to say before. You both have shown nothing but sincere interest and dedication and understanding of the unique world that we live in for tourism and hospitality and culinary, and how hard people work in that space and what it means to putting food on tables and giving people careers and jobs, generating revenues for our city and our state. And I thank you both for the dedication to our space. Give a hand. And the second thing that I say about you both when you're not in the room is that if each of you get done what you have set out to do in your administrations, if you get half of it done, our city and our Commonwealth will be much better for it, and I thank you. So with that, it is an honor for me, having met our governor when he was a humble county commissioner, serving as a humble board member for our Pennsylvania Convention Center Authority. As you may know, our convention center is a state asset, $1.4 billion of state investment in the city of Philadelphia on Art Street. And when then Commissioner Josh Shapiro was on that board, we got to meet in my former career, and I was impressed to no end at that moment, and more impressed ever since. And I thank you for your commitment to our convention center, to our community, and I'm happy and humbled to introduce Governor Josh Shapiro.
All right, good morning, Philly. Good morning. It is good to be with all of you. It's a good day in Philly. Sixers got the third pick, and the Celtics lost, so it's good news on both fronts. Let me just say to Greg, I want to return the favor and share to the public what I say about you behind your back. I learned most of what I know about hospitality and tourism serving as the vice chair of the Convention Center Authority. And we worked together in your former capacity, and now watching you lead PHL CVB, it not only helps me understand how hospitality and tourism puts a smile on people's faces, but understanding how it is big business, important business for the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And I've been committed to that ever since, and I'm grateful for the leadership and the example you set. So thank you. Thank you, Greg. I know we're joined here today by a whole bunch of foodies and a whole bunch of great chefs. I must say that there are several chefs who have spoken to me about the importance of landing Michelin in Philadelphia. Now, Gwendol, I don't want to tell you who they are because I don't want to bias anything you're going to do. But I do want to say a special thanks to all of the great chefs who have made Philly their home, right? Folks like Michael Solomonov and Mark Vetri and Amanda Schulman and others who have not just put great food on people's plates and a great ambiance for people to eat, but they've bet on Philly. They've made Philly their home, their center of their excellence, and we're grateful to them and everyone else who is here today. I know we all worked hard together to make today a reality, and it is yet another example of how your mayor, Sherelle Parker, one Philly's mayor, working together with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with the public sector and private sector. Let's dwell on this for just a moment, right? It is rare in our politics today. It is rare in different cities and states for everybody to be rowing in the same direction, to be working together. Your mayor and I work together. Good things happen when we work together, and today is yet another shining example of that. Madam Mayor, thank you for all you do to lead our city forward. You're a great partner over many, many, many years. So Gwendol, welcome to Philly. It's a great place to be, not just for our food and our incredible art, our sports, but just the vibe I hope you will pick up as you make your way around this city. We have an incredibly special food scene, as you well know, full of incredibly talented chefs. I mentioned a few of them before, who put immense thought and care into preparing some of the most delicious food around. I know that your Michelin inspectors have been deep, deep, deep undercover all over the world. By the way, I'm ready to go undercover for you whenever you need me, okay? We'll do it with the wig, whatever you need me to do. I'm ready to eat with you. And I know that you've been all over the world giving out a bunch of stars. I think what you will find here in Philly is the best culinary tastes around. And what you'll see is such a diversity in our food scene. Some of the most elegant restaurants in the world serving delicious meals. Then you'll wander into a kind of a hole-in-the-wall corner place that serves the best particular thing you've had anywhere in the world. And it is so exciting, whether you're going to one of those fancy schmancy places or the BYO or a place where a parent brings their kids or just a place for a date night, whatever it is, you're gonna find it all right here in Philly. And we are honored by your presence, and we are honored to open up our food scene to you here. Our amazing restaurants and chefs, well, they've been getting a whole lot of recognition over the last number of years. I hope it's okay to cite some other entities besides just Michelin. You guys are at the top, of course, but let's not forget that Food and Wine named Philly a top 10 U.S. city for food and drink, right? Let's not forget that Eater and Condé Nast Traveler and U.S. News World Report all put Philly on their list of best food cities in 2024. Let's not forget that our bars and our restaurants have been recognized by Bon Appetit, Esquire, and USA Today. We have earned, like I had anything to do with it. Our chefs have earned 70 James Beard Awards in the last 5 years alone. Come on, this is huge stuff. And so it makes sense that right now, at this moment in time, after all the prodding from some of the people in this room and the hard work of the Parker administration and PHLCVB and others and my team, we are now in a place to take it to the next level and have Michelin come in and do their undercover work and issue some stars. Now, look, we don't know which restaurants or which chefs are going to earn those stars. But I think it's really important that as we go forward and ultimately celebrate those great restaurants, that we don't forget where those restaurants get their food from. And it is really important here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to acknowledge our farmers who grow the food that we eat. I was at one of the largest potato farms in the entire country just yesterday in Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. For me, that's not far away. For all of you, you probably feel like it's the next world. But Schuylkill County provides a whole lot of the potatoes that many people eat in our Philly restaurants. And it's an example of just one of the 53,000 farms across Pennsylvania, from the fields of Lancaster and the mushrooms in Chester County, the orchards in the Lehigh Valley, to the dairies of Berks County, even to the wineries up in Erie. Our farmers are sourcing the food that so many people enjoy here in Philadelphia and so many of the talented chefs use to make their world-renowned dishes. For the chefs and the restaurant owners across the Commonwealth, I know that sourcing local ingredients from Pennsylvania farmers isn't just one of those nice-to-have things. It is a strategic advantage to how you serve your customers. It's also an economic engine for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Farm-to-table dining supports our Pennsylvania farmers. It keeps dollars in our communities, and it makes for an incredibly fresh and delicious meal. Back in 2024, just last year, Pennsylvania restaurants and food service industry contributed more than $86 billion to our economy and supported 680,000 jobs. Greg talked about the local jobs here in Philly. Now branch that out all across our Commonwealth. This is big business. And for every single dollar you spend in a Philly restaurant, that's investing $2 into our state's economy. This is big, important business for our farmers and for all of us. And it's huge. And it's not just for the Pennsylvanians who choose to eat here, who choose to hop in their cars or get on SEPTA. And by the way, we're working a fun SEPTA in this budget. But it's also for the folks who choose to come to Pennsylvania from somewhere else. Understand that food is big business when it comes to tourism and hospitality. Folks aren't just coming to Philly for our world champion Eagles or for our world champion art. They are coming here for our food scene, and more will come here once they see those Michelin stars affixed to certain restaurants. Tourism is huge here in Pennsylvania, and it is growing. And with 2026 right around the corner, I think we are set for Philly to be on the world stage as we celebrate America 250, the birthplace of American freedom and American democracy. We will welcome millions of people here, and they will enjoy some of our finest restaurants. You've heard, of course, that FIFA World Cup is coming, the MLB All-Star Game, March Madness from the NCAA, the PGA Championship. Big events are happening here in Philly and all across Pennsylvania. Heck, the NFL Draft is going to be out in Pittsburgh, where presumably the Eagles will choose last again in the first round. I want you to know that my administration, led by Deputy Secretary for Tourism Ann Ryan, who joins us here today. You should clap for Ann. She is amazing. Thank you, Ann. She's been proud to partner with the Parker administration, PHL-CVB, and everyone else working to make sure we have a fun and safe experience in 2026, and we're able to show off to the world everything we know that is great about Philly and great about the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And having Michelin go live with their special ratings in time for 2026, man, that is just the icing on your fancy cakes that y'all make out there. So listen, this is an exciting, exciting day for Philadelphia. We are so pumped up to have Michelin here. And I want to say, Gwendol, thank you for you making this a personal priority of yours to come to the States and to do this event in Philly. We know you've got a lot of demands on your time, and we are really, really grateful for you being here. Afterwards, I'll meet you in the back. We'll change into our secret outfits, and we'll go eat some food around Philly. But in all sincerity, thank you very much for making Philly a priority. We are psyched to have Michelin here. Michelin goes to many, many cities across this great globe, but there is only one Philly, and that one Philly is led by our great mayor, the 100th mayor of the city of Philadelphia, Madam Mayor Sherelle Parker. Thank you all very much.
Now, Gwendol, you should know that the mayor loves a good quote for inspiration. And as I listened to our governor, Josh Shapiro, I was thinking about Sister Dr. Maya Angelou when she says that in life, people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never ever forget how you made them feel. Governor Josh Shapiro has Pennsylvanians feeling like right now that there is nothing we cannot accomplish when we work together. Give it up for our governor. Governor, I was with some mayors at a recent U.S. conference, a mayor's conference, and they were talking about the work being done and talking about my governor. I said, don't you dare try. My governor is my governor in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and he's delivering for the city of Philadelphia in a major way, and I'm grateful. Give our governor, Josh Shapiro, a huge, huge round of applause. The governor, thank you for reminding us that it is our job to make people feel welcome at our dining tables and everywhere in Philadelphia. And Greg, you talked about what you say when we're not in the room. I want to stick with Maya today. She says, when people show you who they are, you should believe them the first time. The work that you and the team at the CVB have done. I'm thinking about Robin Bloom. She's been eating and drinking this project for I don't know, how long. I'm thinking about the amazing board. Thank you, Karen, for all of your work. I'm thinking, give Karen, the board, a huge round of applause. This is what hospitality is all about. And Gwendo, I want to make a confession in front of all of the chefs today. You can tell that since I arrived in January, I'm pretty new. I've been too busy being a foodie in Philadelphia, and it's all their faults, all of the chefs here in the city of Philadelphia, because what they do, it is not simply about good food and good flavor. I can't think of a greater unifying factor here in the city of Philadelphia, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and our nature than food. We use food to ensure that a person's race, class, socioeconomic status, zip code, religion, everything about them, people come together in our city to unify around food. And I know some of the chefs, you all are so busy doing what you do, being subject matter experts with your craft. I want us to give them a round of applause for being our great unifiers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, when talking with the team formally about today, we talked about what a big deal this is for the city of Philadelphia. And we talked about the workforce development. And Governor, you talked about that economic impact. So it not only is going to taste good for Philadelphia, and Governor, you have to tell me what kind of wig, both of you, we will wear, because I'm definitely joining the team and helping you. But I can't help to think about the young people who will be the apprentices, who will get an opportunity to learn from the experts who are here. We're talking about planting seeds of growth and creativity and imagination, now knowing that we will have the opportunity to be competing with some of the best and the brightest across the world. And I want you to know that our team, they are ready, they are ready, they are ready. Why are we so excited? The Michelin Red Guide doesn't just recognize great restaurants, it elevates an entire destination's culinary economy, creating, again, that meaningful and a long-term economic opportunity. And Governor, you whispered about this, but Gwendol, we are so happy you're in Philadelphia and not in Boston today. We are so happy. We can't help it. We have a creative and a competitive streak in us, and we can't let it go. So I'm going to ask you, Gwendol, to please come up and join me right now for a formal presentation. I want to ask you, Greg, to come up, and Governor, if you'll come up, and Karen. We have something very special we want to present to you. And Gwendol, I know that you know Philadelphia is the birthplace of democracy and the highest honor, and Governor, if you could just stand right here for me, the highest honor that the city of Philadelphia can bestow upon any partner, because you have now officially made us a partner, is this relic of our Liberty Bell. And for this, we say thank you and welcome to the Philadelphia family.
All right.
Over here, you all right? Okay, over here.
That is cool.
We'll put this in here for you.
And now I would like to introduce Gwendol Pulenik to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Robin. And I think later on stage we will need the bell to officially do the announcements. So, this is not the guide. Not yet. This is just my notebook. I'm sure you are just willing to hear first how I feel. And I can tell you that I feel very grateful, honored, and very much welcome. Here, I'm traveling the world, and there is still a lot to learn. And I've been learning a lot just in a few hours. Learning about hospitality, you said it, and also unity, because you, Mr. Governor, Madam Mayor, Greg, and all the team at the Convention and Visitor Bureau, you know all the effort, behind the screen to make it happen, and you have been working as one. So thank you very much. So hospitality and unity for me are definitely the key words. So welcome, I feel. Good morning, Philadelphia. My name is Gwendol Pulenik. I am the International Director of the Michelin Guide. And it's my great pleasure to be with you all this morning to celebrate what is yet an historic moment for the city, for the region, and of course for the Michelin Guide. The announcement of the arrival of the Michelin Guide to Boston, sorry for that, but also to Philadelphia. The addition of these two destinations to the Michelin Guide has been a long time coming. Okay, we have been looking for that moment for quite a while already, and you know that our famously anonymous inspectors have been on the field already for quite some time. But yet, chefs, today this is official. Michelin is in the house. So both cities, Boston and Philadelphia, will be included in the newly minted Michelin Guide North East Cities edition. The other pre-existing destinations like Washington, D.C., New York, and Chicago will be part of the same edition. And it is the first time ever the Michelin Guide is introducing a multi-city edition for the United States. And why? Because we are embarking in a new chapter of our development. A lot is happening everywhere in the US, and it's time to recognize it. And you said it as well. Of course, you know it already, that you have a great food scene, but the world still needs to know about it. Though we are really willing to put the region as a whole on the world culinary map, so that all together we can have a louder voice. So the famously anonymous inspectors have been already out in the regions, and they have been impressed, by the diversity of the food offering, by the vibe, of the cities, by, of course, the commitment to excellence of the local chef. And of course, they have been pleased by the many delicacies they had the opportunity to enjoy throughout the region, and especially here in Philadelphia. Yes, it's a priority of my agenda, and there are good reasons behind that. Okay. So the Michelin Guide represents today the best of dining recommendations, and the continued growth of the gastronomic scene in Philadelphia prove the importance of the city, standing as a global destination for local gourmet, but for also travelers from near and far. So the restaurant teams right here in Philadelphia highlight innovative ideas. They are always setting their own standard higher to offer memorable experiences to the consumers, which has proven to be the perfect match with the Michelin Guide. And our inspectors, they are eager to continue experiencing all that the city has to offer, and we look forward to sharing our favorites with you later this year, as we will reveal the very first restaurant selection for the Northeast. So I'm sure that you are as eager as I am to discover the 2025 selection. I'm sure I will have the opportunity, even personally, to experience again your wonderful hospitality by the end of the year. So stay tuned, and looking forward to see you all just in a few months from now. So thank you again very much for the very warm welcome.
Okay, and now we will open this up for a media Q&A, and just to make it clear, the questions will just come from media, please. Okay.
So it's time for really the open questions, and of course you may address some questions to the ladies and gentlemen right here. But I will be pleased, of course, to answer transparently. And even if I have to start with an answer, because I need to provide an answer to your question. You are willing to join the Michelin Guide inspectors teams, and I'm afraid that Cheryl and you, Josh, you are already a bit too famous for that. So we will be in trouble with anonymity. And you know that one of the key values of the Michelin Guide, why? Because we need to be independent from the industry. And the Michelin Guide was established 125 years ago. And I remain faithful to the values and to the mission, which is to independently guide local and world travelers to the best places to eat. And the inspectors, they just blend in the crowd, because we have to avoid any individual bias, any VIP treatment. They are all full-time professionals working for Michelin, and of course they are paying their bill in full. So they just behave like anybody. So I'm sure that you won't notice them in the restaurants. When you will be eating out, they can be your neighbor. But that's what we do to ensure the independence and the consistency of the rating. And ultimately, you know, all the Michelin Guide decisions are team decisions. It's never a one-woman or one-man show. It's different inspectors coming again and again to the same place, so that at the end of the year, when we need to decide what the ranking are, what should be the recommendation, they can align on one common decision. And we will also always involve non-American based inspectors. Why? Because it's truly a global standard. So we have to make sure that, of course, we recognize fairly the value of the local talents. But we need to be able to say that at the end of the day, 1 star in Paris has the same value as 1 star in New York, Tokyo, or Philadelphia.
Over here, Mike.
Thank you, Miguel from NBC and Telemundo. What drew you to Philadelphia being one of the cities included? Was it kind of the buzz you'd heard, or why Philly?
Why Philly? I think I provide part of the answer. Is there is a lot happening there. We already have the seeds. So I think it's our responsibility to make the restaurants grow, to foster a positive emulation. We know that the Michelin Guide can encourage the industry to raise the bar. It can also put a spotlight on the places, I think the restaurants, but also the restaurant teams. And we have to remain humble. There is already a lot happening, and the inspectors have been on the ground for years already. So I think the destination is definitely ready today, and I hope that the Michelin Guide can be not only a life changer for some chefs and their teams, but also a game changer for the destination.
Good morning. Could you tell us generally, roughly, how many establishments your inspectors will be visiting in the Philadelphia area?
I won't be able to tell you any numbers today. Why? Because at the Michelin Guide, we have a no-quota approach. I mean, we do not have a set up numbers of restaurants to be listed, to be reviewed, and to be highlighted. That will be really based on the work on the ground. So the answer of your questions, I'm afraid that you will have to wait until the official release later this year.
Just one follow-up. Will restaurants in Philadelphia's suburbs, including New Jersey, be considered?
That's a very good question indeed, because for, let's say, the northeast region, we are starting with the 2 cities that would say the metropolitan areas. Then I still believe that this is only the very beginning. We are planting the seeds. And I do hope that in the years to come, there will be more talent to unearth. And believe me, you know, what the inspectors do love in their work is exploring, finding the hidden gems, making sure that they left no stone unturned. And if we gradually we can expand the scope, we will be so glad to do it.
Hi, thank you so much for being here and taking our questions. I'm Nikki with CBS News Philadelphia. Just going off a little bit of what Miguel asked you, you talked about this being a long time coming. Why is 2025 that time? And what were those conversations like?
Yes, we have been starting monitoring the evolution of the local culinary scenes for years already. And we are feeling the level of maturity. But yet, let's recognize that the official authorities have been quite instrumental to make it happen. Why? Because at the Michelin Guide, we have to set priorities. You know, the world culinary scene is booming. Yet, today, you know, the Michelin Guide inspectors remain a scarce resource. So we have to define a roadmap. And then I can tell you that working with these wonderful people and great team, we know that we will all together make the most of it. You know, good restaurants, even starred restaurants, are just the raw material. It is then our responsibility to make them shine, so that to make sure that they are not only local destinations, but destinations for people that will come from all around the world to discover the restaurants, but also the destination as a whole. And that's our responsibility. And I do believe that the win-win partnership that we established will help us elevate the destination to new heights.
Just a quick follow-up. Everybody's talked a lot about 2026, right? Can we expect to see you here next year for America's 250th? And I don't know, maybe you'll come to All-Star Weekend,
But you
FIFA
know,
World Cup?
No, after such a warm welcome, I must confess that it would be difficult to say no.
Philadelphia is known for its BYOB culture. Will BYOBs be evaluated on the same playing field or even in the same breath as the full-service restaurants with bars?
You know, at the Michelin Guide, there is one value we do believe in a lot, which is open-mindedness. Today, the Worldwide Inspectors teams is made of more than 30 different nationalities of people, so that we can embrace all the different food cultures and bring them all in a way to at the same table. So let's see what will be the inspectors' finding. It will be all about the quality of the food. And when I talk about being open-minded, it's not just only being able to recognize all the food cultures, but also all the restaurant styles. It can be, of course, a luxury, high-end restaurants, but it can be also a very local, informal places. That's all what we have within the Michelin Guide. What we are looking for is the quality of the food.
Anyone else?
No, but thank you very much for
It's a quiet
all your
crowd.
questions.
It's a quiet crowd.
I know that we will have opportunities for one-on-one later on today, and I'm definitely looking forward to experience the farm tour that has been prepared by the team of the tourism bureau. It will be my pleasure to remain in Philadelphia for still 1 day and a half. I will make the most of it, and I think it's about time to ring the bell together to kick off that project. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. That's the entirety of my French vocabulary.
Merci beaucoup, c'était absolument parfait. Merci pour la chaleur de l'accueil. On reste avec vous et puis à très bientôt.
Merci beaucoup. Oh, wait, the other one. Bon appétit. First of all, thank you all for coming today. Thanks to our friends from the media, Governor Shapiro, Mayor Parker. Thank you for all of your support all year, every year. We are available for questions afterwards, but let's make it a great day in Philadelphia. Thank you.